Hey guys, it's been a pretty crazy week. Didn't know what to expect. I didn't want to be the douchebag that was trying to super race a Jeep everywhere. But the first day I left the sway bar connected. I had the air pressures a little bit higher, and instantly, instantly when we were in any area where I could hit the gas, it was stupid. It was stupid. It was almost scary fast. When I was talking about going 90, 100 miles an hour through the desert, after experiencing what it's actually like, I was really happy with a comfortable 60 to 70. It was, even that is it's actually super scary. So the first day was super fun. I was getting a little acquainted with the bump stops and the less travel shocks. I was pulling tires, but super comfortable. A couple climbs we did, I was able to pull a tire off on climbs that I don't normally do. I just watch the flex out, but I'd pull that tire, but it felt very in control. I was surprised how in control of lifting tires I really was throughout this week. It was almost more confidence than the setup before. It appears to be just as capable in the rock climbs. It was pretty amazing. I don't know what's going to happen with the 37s. On that high speed, when I put it in 4 high, the motor wouldn't work. It wouldn't go. It wouldn't shift. It had no power, so I couldn't figure that out. So we were coming out of Poison Spider, and there's a pretty good whoop section and Baja section, and I went for the hills. I freaking went, and like there's a couple guys that race with me, and Will from Artec, he is just a stud, and I easily passed him, easily felt comfortable. It was pretty amazing. Got into the desert part when it was a little sandy. Had to make kind of a gnarly maneuver. The steering wheel, the steering was just, it's just too much. It was just too much steering, so I ended up going through a fence. But we didn't hurt anything. It was no big deal. I actually ended up backing out and kept going, and actually caught everybody and passed the final. And so we were all Bajaing out, but it wasn't, obviously a certified race or anything, but it was just super comfortable, felt really great. But the steering, when you're going that fast through the desert, I just felt like I had to turn the steering wheel way too far for any kind of reaction. And then once I got to that point, it was a little delayed, and I went into it a little late. So we gotta maybe talk about the steering situation with the steering wheel, and maybe an aftermarket steering shaft, which I have at the shop. I've already purchased it for another Jeep, so that's going to be good. But there is a quickener that we need to maybe discuss. I don't know if I can handle it in the desert. Like it's scary, guys. Like, it's 60 miles an hour. It's pretty fucking spooky. But it was amazing how comfortable I did feel. Today, Pritchett Canyon, the Jeep was a monster, and it's dialed. It's really good. The bump stops and all that stuff, I had no idea the level that it raised the Jeep to. So I feel way more confident than I ever did, and I hope you guys do too. But we were Bajaing out. Okay, so when we were Bajaing on Poison Spider, I broke the fuse box, or the the tympan, whatever you freaking call that stupid thing. Broke completely off the fender, pulled a circuit out of the 4-wheel drive system. So I have got to, we don't need it, I'm removing it. It has to be removed because the rattles and vibrations is so gnarly. If it's going to come loose, it's going to break off. Like, so my efforts are going to definitely change on that as far as getting the Jeep race ready. At a level that I didn't know, it's not enough. I got to jack up that level with me and getting the car ready. But but the good thing, because everything you learn from it, triggered a 4-low, no power. So I had to leave the trail. So I missed one trail day, but I had to come back and I fixed it. And then we were leaving Pritchett Canyon, and there is gnarly Baja. Like, I'm talking crazy desert racing. And this thing goes so fast through the desert with these shocks and those bump stops. It is stupid. And I'm definitely on such a gnarly learning curve. So we leave Pritchett, and I shift it in four-wheel drive high. And man, it don't go, and it just has no power. Like, it won't even go. And so Scott Bloom, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Scott Bloom, but he's the engineer for Jeep. And I'm like, dude, when I put it in 4 high, it's like loses all fucking power. And I always thought that it's because it's turning so much shit, and it just doesn't have that ability. And I didn't say anything. He's like, well, that's weird. That shouldn't happen. So I didn't exactly know what, but obviously my brain, it triggered. I started thinking. So I disconnected the 4-wheel drive off the Atlas, and there's 2 plugs. And I switched those plugs. And I was in 4 high with gnarly power. And it was so exciting because now I think we're going to start this race in 4 high. It was amazing the amount of power I actually had. So that is such a huge elevated plus that we learned on this, triggering our situation on a more of a speed climbing our speed racing pace. So that was really cool. And then we get to the sand dunes, which you see in the video. I just sand, and it wasn't just one jump. I had one jump. It was a super high speed jump that I found, and I'm going over it, ripping it, and the Jeep was super smooth. I'm just pinning. I felt comfortable. It was jumping only a couple feet off the air. It was good. And then I found another jump, and it just shot the Jeep straight up, nosedive, and it, like, the bumper hit the ground. It was so stupid. So I felt, I don't know what to do. And then Jeremy, he's like, D, let's do it again. You gotta quit hitting the brakes. I'm like, I didn't hit the brakes. I'm like, wide open. On a motorcycle, you jump, you hit the brakes, and the dry rotation of the tires will bring you down. Well, I'm doing it, so I'm jumping and just drilling. He's like, no, not on the takeoff. You're taking off perfect. In the air, you gotta quit hitting the brakes. Like, such a learning curve, guys. But it's been a super positive weekend. So towards the end, we had some other videos of the last couple jumps, and the last couple jumps were definitely learning curve. So I feel very positive. Chris Magro, buddy, if you're if you were nervous at all before, you should get really nervous, because this fucker's fast, and it does shit that I didn't think possible when we started changing the geometry around to a racing type of situation. It's scary fast. 60, 70 in the desert, going over whoops, is no joke. So we got a little more work to go, and we'll try to get it faster. But we have this party coming. I appreciate everybody. Like, we're such a great team, and we have so much great work, and I got all good stuff. I got a $1,000 gift certificate from Rockslide Engineering. Artec Engineering is throwing in a gift certificate. Rock Crawler's throwing in a gift certificate. I Drive Ultimate 9, he's going to throw in some throttle controllers. So that's all super positive, and I got a handful of shirts and hats. But I think on a personal growing level, as far as my driving ability, there's adjustments that need to be made. At that high speed for so long, I know where I'm going to have problems, and it was nowhere near like I was afraid of. Like, I really think we'll be able to handle it. So anyways, we're driving home. Freaking love you guys, and this is not for nothing. I really believe that that we can do something cool. All right, love you guys. We'll see you soon. I'll be driving home in the morning. All right.